us into
There you go.
the mix, and then we're live because you just like torturing us and not letting us have a. That means I can say like testicles.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want
right now.
You can say the Knights of Meat.
Great testicles.
Yeah.
Shower. No.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I didn't really plan anything because I didn't know I was gonna be doing it today. But I only have an hour. So
well, yeah, I know that. You already reminded me of that.
Yeah, because I had not planned to do anything like this. So I had all these things booked and didn't think that I would have to work around anything. So, but now that I know, I won't obviously book or try to book things. I might still have to book things from time to time because I have my Kickstarter and my Kickstarter needs me. So.
You don't need 45 interviews, though. I'm telling you.
I do.
But you don't.
I think I do. Did you see my would you rather question? Did you answer it? I don't think you did.
I didn't answer it. No. What?
Yeah. So and this is for anybody who's watching. I got milk. That wasn't the question, but no, I don't have milk. Chad, do you have milk?
I do have milk. Where it counts. I have milk where it counts.
Nice. So the question was, would you rather be stuck in a zombie apocalypse or a robot apocalypse? And it wasn't as easy as I thought because I'm a zombie chick that writes zombie apocalypses. So I wanted to choose zombie, and I did wind up choosing zombie apocalypse. But the issue was they smell, right?
Right.
But they're easy to kill. Robots you can use an EMP on.
But how often do you have an EMP?
I don't, so that doesn't really help me. Right. Somebody's like throw sand into them, and I'm pretty sure. William was like, "I'll fight him." Yeah. So people really took it quite seriously, which is really nice. And I had a lot of people. Most people did zombie. We did zombie. Yeah. My husband's thoroughly against zombie, and I'm just like, "There's so much easy to kill. What are you going to do with a robot? Well, I think it's going to stalk you down and kill you with lasers." But
robots don't get tired.
See, robots don't get tired. They could track you anywhere.
Right.
Either way, we're gonna have no electricity and no anything. Because eventually it's gonna all end anyway.
Right. And you can fight a zombie with a stick. You can't fight a robot with a stick.
And they're slow. We're not doing. Hi, Joe.
Well, wait. That brings up another point, though. What zombie?
Okay, so everyone asked that. So I was nice and I said the non-running kind. But also because I'm not a sadist, I don't want the Walking Dead ones because I don't want them to be like I don't want to wake up as a zombie. Like I don't want to be like sharing a house with people and they just wake up as a zombie. So I just want plain zombies, like Resident Evil zombies. You can be infected. Okay, there's no choice. You're gonna be infected by zombies, but you won't wake up as a zombie. And William's gonna make us a Terminator, so we're all good.
That'd be cool. I'd be cool with that. If you could make me into a Terminator, that'd be pretty sweet.
A couple of people came back with new fears, and they're like, robot zombies.
Right. Well, here's the thing, though. Do you know the
She's like, see, I forgot I'm supposed to do these things. Kitty says you could program them to repair themselves. So we're screwed either way.
Right.
If they can repair themselves.
Or they can transfer their mind into their mind data into another robot.
Yeah.
Zombies can't. Also, here's another thing though. Have you ever read I Am a Hero?
I have not.
Okay. It's about an otaku who is a manga artist who is surviving the zombie apocalypse. And the zombies actually take on the skill that you're most talented in. So if you're good at running and you turn into a zombie, you're going to be a running zombie. But if you're good at pole vaulting, the zombie is going to be really good at pole vaulting. And that's a problem because they do that in the manga.
Do they really?
Yeah, because they're like, oh, zombies can't get up on top of this building. And this one zombie comes running with a pole and then just pole vaults onto the roof. And it's hysterical. But then there's ones that also talk as well. So
then, are you really a zombie then? I mean,
you are a zombie though, because when you bite, when you are rotting from the inside, and you can bite people to infect them, but you just Like, if you have the ability to talk
Kind of
really
like
well,
Lori zombies. If they're
yeah.
talking.
The
Half of the Pale Rider people, those zombies are live or dead, or I don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, see, there. Well, a lot of people pointed out that we're actually in both. There's a lot of zombies around us
It's true.
who are not thinking and just, destroying everything they touch. And
Yep.
then we have artificial, intelligence. I wasn't going to say the other kind of artificial, which would have been wrong.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah. So, the artificial. So we're teetering on both sides. So we've got to
Right.
decide which way we want to focus on. I think I'm more scared of humans during a zombie apocalypse. I've
Me
always
too.
said that. Like on The Walking Dead, humans are way more dangerous. But I don't know. Robots are pretty terrible. What are you gonna do? You can't punch it. You
I mean,
can't shoot it.
well, hang on a minute. Captain America did try to strangle Ultron. So I'm just saying, you can.
But
It's just not going to be effective.
I don't think that's gonna be very effective.
You can.
Um,
That's
I
why
mean,
one of my
yeah.
friends thanks Alexa every time when they come over.
For
Like every time he asks it to do something, he's always like, "Thanks. Thanks. I am Negan." Negan, the
Yeah.
best character in Tekken.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I think I. It took me a while to figure out because my husband's gonna kill himself either way. He's like, I don't want to deal with either
Right.
apocalypse, and I was
Me
like,
too.
no,
Me too.
thanks for nothing. But yeah, I would have to go with the zombies because I'm hoping that eventually the zombies would be like Shaun of the Dead, where they're just roaming around and you tie them up and play with them, kind of thing, and you're just
Right.
so I find like there's more hope with the zombie as long as it's like the Resident Evil or Shaun of the Dead. I don't want running zombies. I don't want your pole vaulting freaking zombies. Because like, what the fuck is that?
It's
And I don't.
crazy.
Well, in Land of the Dead, they use tools.
Yes.
Did you see Land of the Dead? So they were like, and Simon Pegg was in that as a zombie. But they were using like the guns and
Mhm.
that and all that, and then they could go through what. So but that's still better than the running zombies. Shaun of the Dead. Yeah. See, I could do Shaun of the Dead.
See, here's the thing about Shaun of the Dead zombies too. Have you ever seen Zom 100?
No. But I'm
Okay.
learning so much that I need to be
They
watching.
use zombies to like pull trucks like of cargo around, and then you can also use them to like a little hamster. You can put them in little hamster
Well, that's
wheels.
the
And
thing.
you can
Shaun of the
forage
Dead,
them.
we're like tying them to the bungee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like they're really great.
yeah. So I think if it's like Shaun of the Dead, it would be a lot easier.
Mhm.
I rolled too many crit fails.
No, with
Yeah.
World War Z zombies happened, I would just be really upset about bad CGI zombies at that point. Like,
Yeah, those guys were ruthless, though. I mean, they were running too, right? But I have to say that is one of the few shows or movies or whatever that was smart enough to use the magazine around
mhm.
the arms. I like, why has no one ever thought of that? Like,
Yeah, no.
where are my zombie fighters that are like, using some kind of armor?
I
Like,
think
why don't the vampires wear armor like Angel did so they can't be stabbed in the heart? Like, really?
because then the movie can't happen.
That's such a pitch meeting thing to say. So the movie can
Right?
happen.
That's
Yeah,
exactly where I got it from. Was pitch meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
I
movie.
love that. How do you
I
survive off screen? Oh,
off
okay.
screen. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
off screen.
No,
I
28
love
days.
pitch meeting.
I do too. When I saw 28 Days Later, that was the first zombie movie that actually freaked me out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Anything with
oh,
that's the one or the one after 28 days. What's the first one?
28 days.
And then it's 28 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
believe
which
so.
one's the one where the drop falls from the nest into the guy's eye?
I think that's 28 weeks.
That's
That's the
terrifying.
yeah. That one is the yeah. Well, yeah, because he becomes a zombie like in the beginning, if I remember correctly. It's been a
Yeah.
while since I've sat
We're
watched
gonna
it.
lose nuclear power though with robots or zombie because if the robots they'll probably blow them up
So
or
this
just
means
take over.
so that means we just go like when a bunch of nuclear power plants fail, just go to Chernobyl.
Yeah,
You'll be fine. I mean, you'll be dead, but
you'll be dead, but you'll be
well.
radioactive. Maybe you'll have a
Yeah.
power. Maybe you'll
Yeah.
become the next Spider-Man
Exactly. Or you could
or the
be like
Man
one of those
Spider.
radioactive puppies that are in Chernobyl.
More legs, the better.
Right. Do
Yeah.
you know the story
So
of the radioactive puppies?
no, but I need to
Oh,
now. Yeah.
yeah. Go look them up. You're not allowed to pet the dog, any of the animals, any of the dogs that live in Chernobyl, because they're all highly radioactive.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's more heartbreaking than anything.
I know.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Yeah, some people did choose the robot. I thought more power to them, but they were all set on throwing sand, EMPs, all that stuff. But
Anakin Skywalker will hate you.
But EMPs don't last long. It's like, isn't it like a 30-minute hit or something?
Where are you getting the EMP though?
I know, but besides that, these people apparently have EMPs.
You just have
so they're figuring it out. But either way, first of all, okay, let's say you have an EMP. Do they think it affects the entire world at once? Because it doesn't. You shoot one thing at a time. This is what I've learned from Leverage. They're shooting one thing at a time.
Oh, you watch Leverage too?
Yeah, of course, of course. Draven is like a demonized version of Elliot. That's how it started.
I love Elliot.
Yeah, me too. Oh, he's so hot. Anyway,
his country album is actually pretty good.
I have both his country albums, and he's the one that I wanted to voice Draven. That was originally what he wanted, but I can't leave out Jensen Ackles. He would be 2, and I don't want him to ever hear me say he would be 2 because he might get mad at me for saying he would be 2. But Christian Kane is my number 1 choice for Draven.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so even if you did have an EMP, you cannot strike out everything. So you could strike out like what's in front of you, and then the thousands of other zombies and robots in the back are going to get you. They learn quickly, so EMP would. Yeah, see, Tim, you will be with us when we are fighting against these zombies instead of the robots in the other dimension of these people fighting robots.
But again, where are you getting? This is what everybody's logic is saying. The EMP. They're like,
I have
EMP.
No idea.
Where are you getting this EMP?
I have no idea where to get this EMP, and I like Tim said, it's not going to last. And even if it did, you can't get all of them. The EMPs are not going to last forever. Now, the only thing that I'm thinking of, so since we're stuck in this world of having to decide or zombie apocalypse or, the robot apocalypse, I'm thinking maybe we're going to have to somehow team up with the robots so that we could take over the zombies.
That would be awesome.
Obviously, the robots are going to turn on us eventually, but if we can get them to help us destroy the zombies, and then we can figure out how to destroy the robots. Artificial intelligence is going to overrun everything. So I am far more terrified of that and Terminator than I am of any stupid zombies that are going to come.
I agree.
Your toaster will kill you. See, Team Robot. No, I'm gonna call this Team Zombie. This show is now Team Zombie.
It's Maximum Overdrive is what this is. If the toaster kills us, it's like some Stephen King shit right there.
Yeah, he had a movie, right? What was it?
Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive. Yeah. He was apparently like high the whole entire time, and
that's fair.
Yeah. He said he said that he always wanted to Team Zombie. I'm telling you.
Hell yeah, Team Zombie.
He hated every movie that ever paid him to use his scripts. He hated every single one of them that was done. So he said, I'm going to do my own. But he was like so hyped up and like totally out of his head the entire time that afterwards he's like, I don't even know what I did. Isn't it like a cult thing now? Isn't that one of those movies where it's so bad you have to watch it? Or
oh god, yeah. It's actually, here's the thing though too. Like, I actually enjoy that movie. Like, I really do, because it's just so ludicrous and bullshit. Out of everything in Stephen King's world, I'm like, oh yeah, killer clown, killer dog. Hey, guess what? Killer air fryer. Like, it's just like random killer stuff. And I really get excited when I've actually met the guy who designed the truck, the Green Goblin head.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and he was great. He was like, yeah, I just made this because Stephen King asked me to do stuff, and I'm like, oh, well then.
Yeah, I'm not all for these zombie cyborgs that are happening, but I mean, so a lot of people said that a robotic zombie, but like, which one is which? Is it a robot that looks like a zombie, which would help us in no way whatsoever, or is it a zombie that has robot parts and then will eventually decay or decompose, or how are these zombies both? Like if it's a cyborg, like
Well, there's zombie cyborg and then there's cyborg zombie.
See, but zombie cyborgs would decompose, so
Right.
eventually we can shoot him in the head.
Right.
So, all right, so I'm okay with that one. It's just
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Cyborg
don't
zombies.
want robots that look like zombies because that's not going to help us at all.
No, that'll just
No.
aesthetically it'd be appealing, but it just would not help.
No, it wouldn't. So yeah, that actually was a very popular question that I did.
Mhm.
Would you rather? And I was actually surprised by so many that said robot because I was
Good.
like, but see, the only complication I had with choosing zombie is that you put your loved ones at risk because they can be infected. But like I said, I'm more worried about the human aspect of it because if we'll be in the mountains somewhere,
Right.
hiding away from everyone, and then these freaking people are gonna come and steal all our shit.
Or cannibals.
Or cannibals. Yeah.
Hills have eyes shit.
See?
Come out of the woodwork and
That's
go,
awful. That's terrifying right there, having that.
Yeah, the human I do agree with you. I think at least with the robot apocalypse, humans would be wiped out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
With the zombie apocalypse, yeah, the humans are far more scarier than the zombies.
Yeah. I always thought that, like, a couple of people said, well, I'm in Canada, so by the time winter hits, zombies will be dead.
That is true, though.
Yeah, like I said, if it's the Walking Dead type world, that world sucks. Like, you're going to wake up as a zombie no matter what are you fighting for? Like, there's nothing really, right, to live for at that point.
Right.
I mean, if you can't sleep in the same bed with somebody because they can wake up as a zombie and your face is going to get eaten off, who the hell wants that shit?
Did you know that Robert Kirkman, the original ending of Walking Dead was it was supposed to be aliens?
That's what he said. I mean,
Yeah.
that's true.
I 100% stand behind that. I don't care if he was trolling. That is 100% awesome.
You never know. I mean, it could be aliens. So the aliens like infected everyone, or like he didn't. Okay, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, because it couldn't be in the water because not everyone drinks the water. It couldn't be in the air because not everyone breathes the same air. It wasn't like, well, it actually is the only one that makes sense because it's not like the Dawn of the Dead where hell is full and they come back, though it kind of implies that. But it's you're dying. You have the virus already in you in The Walking Dead.
Well,
So
the fungus in The Last of Us are similar to that too.
see, I thought of that way before that game ever came out because that freaking spider. And did you see the deer now? It's called prion. Am I saying that right? I know how to spell it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's where they got the inspiration from.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
That's what
So,
that's where they.
but have you seen the zombie deer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it like grows into the stomach or whatever.
Yeah, and they look positively horrible.
Yeah,
but
there was one with like a snapped neck and it was walking around. I was like, oh.
Is it exactly like the spider though? Like it really doesn't function at all, and it's just the virus moving, the fungus moving it, or is it because it looked like the spider had no, like, I don't want to say brain power, had no thought process. Do spiders think? It didn't look like the spider was there at all. It was.
I don't know. I'm not a geologist. I don't know.
Because I haven't really. I should do some research in these zombie deer, but why deer though? Like why hasn't it affected humans yet, and it's affected the deer, or has it affected?
Well, did you watch the first episode of Last of Us?
No, I haven't seen this. I haven't.
Okay, so the guy from The Mummy, Evie's brother from The Mummy.
Oh, I know who that is.
He literally talks. It's really great. He in the first episode, he literally says, "It's gonna be the fungus. The fungus is the scariest thing." And then, sure enough, it's the fungus is gonna happen.
The fungus makes the most sense, and that's why I always said the same thing too. Because the fungus, I'm glad I didn't use it now in mine because they'd be like, "You were copying The Last of Us," when really it's the most obvious thing that could be. Because it's the only thing right now that actually affects anything that turns him into a zombie. That and bath salts, apparently. But that was terrifying. That was terrifying to watch this guy eat somebody else's face off.
Yeah.
Like that chimpanzee in Connecticut where I used to live. Have you heard that?
No.
You have not seen? Okay. There's 3 pictures of people with their faces ripped off or burned off that has affected me for my entire life. One is when I was in high school, the woman that, and I felt so bad for this woman. This teenager was in a car wreck and a drunk driver hit her.
Mm-hmm.
And
she ate that guy?
What?
Oh, I thought we were talking about like chimpanzees eating people. We were talking
Yeah, but
about.
that's one of them.
Oh, okay, okay. Continue.
There's three situations that have always affected me. This poor woman that was in the she was melted to the dashboard. And while this car was on fire from being hit, and this firefighter who regrets it to this day got her out alive. And this sounds mean, so I'm not trying to say this to be mean, I'm trying to say this to describe, she looked like a crash test dummy. Like her face was completely gone.
Yeah.
And this firefighter talks about how he kind of wishes he never got her out because she's been in pain like her whole life. So that was one of those things in high school, because I'm old. The posters would be like, this is what happens when you drink and drive, which is actually the wrong way to go, because it was the other one that survived. The drunken driver survived. So technically, it's better if you're the drunk one. Don't follow that advice. I'm just saying.
Chris's advice: be the drunk one during.
If you're gonna be one of these people, the poster's wrong. It's talking you out of being the sober one, really.
Right.
The other one was this woman had a pet chimpanzee that she had for like don't quote me. It was like 15 years. And I got out of his cage and he wouldn't go back in. So she called her friend to come over to help put back in the cage. And this poor woman came over and the chimpanzee jumped her and ate her face. And the woman, you could hear the 911 and she's saying, you have to come shoot it. You have to come shoot it. So they did, but they couldn't like get a shot off. So this woman has her face ripped off. And you can't really heal from that. I mean, where do you go from there?
And she's alive?
She lived. She freaking lived, but her entire face was ripped off. Yes, that person got her face ripped off with her arms. I think she has her arms, but I think they ate off the fingers. Like it was fingers, nose, whatever. Yes. Yeah. So it was, and you could hear the 911 call, and you can hear this chimpanzee in the background scream. There's actually been 2 chimpanzee attacks, but I don't know if the other one got to someone. I just know they had to shoot him.
They just ate their face.
Yeah, we're talking about such fun stuff right now. But yeah, the happiness of our story is always thrilling to hear. But yeah, so that was a horrible look. And then bath salts. I mean, the bath salt guy ate this guy's face. I mean, this is like, I was already prepared.
Was that in Florida?
That was it California or Florida?
I don't know. It was someplace where most crazy things happen.
I think it was California, but I don't know. I watched the CCT count. Does anyone know if it's Florida, California? Got any more specific stories?
I mean,
no, but I know about that story that's on what's that video game that they had a real picture of some guy that they don't know who it is that got his face completely burned off, and they use his picture in the game. I just saw this on some video.
was it the banned video games?
It's not. It was Florida.
Yeah,
Tim
that doesn't make sense.
Thank you, Tim. I'm trying to think of what I just saw. The damn game. It was a really popular online game. I don't think it was Halo or anything like that. But it's something I know. I could probably look it up.
Is it RuneScape? Because that'd be hilarious.
It's definitely a fighting game. And I already looked it up once. So maybe it's on my thing. Game with
Halo isn't a fighting game though.
No, like a shooting game.
Oh, okay.
Like you go into game with burnt. Nope, that's not it.
Game with burnt face. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna get a lot of weird results.
Yeah, this probably wasn't a real burnt human corpse was used in this game. Are you gonna tell me what game it is? No,
but that's a they actually found that body, if I remember correctly.
Did they?
I think so, because I think maybe we were watching the same video.
Probably.
I was watching a banned and controversial games iceberg video. And
I might have been. I love controversy.
Oh, okay. Because I was watching one of those videos and that popped up and I forgot what game, because I was just listening to it in the background at work.
Me crazy.
And I think if I remember correctly, they did find that corpse. And I think it was in China or something.
Dude, I just touched the screen and
was it Demonologist? Is what it
Half-Life 2.
Really?
Yeah, it says Half-Life. I keep trying to touch the screen, but it's a video, so it's not touchscreen. But Half-Life 2 has a corpse in it, and when you go into one of the rooms, it's just a corpse in one of the bed, and it's burnt, and it has no eyes. The eyes are burnt out, but in real life, it does have one eye, I think. So it's even more horrifying in person. Somebody took this picture and put it in there, and nobody knew it was a real body that they walked into, which reminds me of Stay Alive. Now that I think about it, did you ever see Stay Alive?
I didn't see Stay Alive. It
Gotta
is
watch
one of
Stay
my.
Alive.
It is on my list.
Dude, that's why.
This is a Gary. It's a G mod, is what it is for Half-Life 2. So it's a mod that you
I
can
don't even
have.
know what that is.
It's just when people put in like their own content into it.
Oh. I didn't
So,
know that was a thing.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm learning as I
Skyrim
go.
is hilarious. Go look that up.
Yeah.
Speaking of though movies that nobody's seen before, I know Ryan is doing a perfect movie stream on Wednesday, and I'm gonna be on it. And
Really?
man,
What movie is this?
it's his stream. It's the I quote.
You're not watching movies.
No, we're talking about what we consider perfect movies, and man,
So I want to hear, what's your perfect movie?
well, you gotta watch. I can't tell you.
What's your second perfect movie?
Well, we gotta pick 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not good at that. Pick all right. So what's one movie that you could watch if you can only watch one movie for the rest of your life? What would it be?
God.
Yeah, I know. I think mine would be The Mummy from 1999 because I could put that on the background and then just watch that nonstop.
I definitely agree with that, like wholeheartedly. But God, a movie, Emperor's New Groove. I think I could watch all the time.
Are you kidding?
I know, I'm not kidding. I absolutely love that movie.
That movie is so much more popular than it gets credit for. I think so. My top 3 would probably be Shaun of the Dead, Wrong Turn, and The Mummy. I mean, yeah, I could watch those nonstop.
I think I could also watch, if I could pick 3, it'd be Emperor's New Groove, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Is that Jim Carrey or is that something else?
With
No, that's Eternal. I didn't see that one either.
With who?
Jim Carrey did one that was Eternal Spotless Mind, something with a lot of words.
Yes.
I never saw that one
This one. It's a Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, I did not see this.
Yeah,
I did hear good things though. A lot of people have talked about it.
It's very good,
Double
and
Trouble.
I could watch.
Oh, why don't you come on, John, and then it could be Triple Trouble. I mean,
yeah, if you want to join us, John.
If anyone want to come on, you guys are welcome to come on. I'll just send you the link. I don't care who comes on.
She'll drag you in and give you drugs. Actually, no, come on.
Well, yeah. Well, we're only here till 9 today. We're gonna try this. I have another one at 9. I have no idea what that one's called. I should probably look that up. I just joined podcast and like 30 of them. I think I'm only doing 25 this time if I don't count my show. Is this a show? Our show.
I don't know.
Our come listen to us rant and make fun of things as we go. So, like the nights that go meep. Meep.
I watched that the other day too.
Have you really?
Oh yeah, I love that movie. That actually could be a movie that I could if I could have a top 3, I would definitely watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail as well. Just for the sheer fact that it's every joke always lands.
That's true.
With that movie.
I mean, I love the Killer Rabbit.
He is beautiful. Well, that's the scene.
Yeah.
They call me Tim. And that's the improv scene too. So
I'm surprised the whole movie isn't just an improv, but I like it's just a flesh wound.
It's just flesh.
You've got no bloody arms. I love all of that. Your what is it? Your mother smelled like elderberries.
Your mother was a hamster,
and your father smelled like elderberries. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it, so I do need to watch that. So
you should watch it. It's on Netflix right now. Go watch it.
There was something else on Netflix that I need to watch. There's actually a couple of things that I need to watch. But you know what? And I think it's because I'm a control freak. Because apparently this is a control freak thing for anyone that doesn't know this. Watch the same movies over and over again because you know the ending. So like you can control your emotions throughout it. Apparently. I don't know if that's true or not.
Wait, what movie?
Any control freaks like to watch the same shows and movies that they've already seen because they know the ending.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I guess I just like it's true though. I have a hard time watching new stuff. Like there's probably tons of horror movies that I'm missing out on that I'm just like, though I do want to watch The Killer Sloth. Has anyone seen The Killer Sloth? Because
No, I haven't. But
it's a killer sloth that kills you. It is just
yeah, guess what? There's a comic about that too.
really?
Yeah, Steven Uranus Slowpokes. It's about killer sloths, and it's hilarious.
Are they really still slow? Are they slow?
Yes.
So how
No,
does it even get you?
no, they're fast.
Oh, see, that's not a sloth then. That's
No,
not.
but it is still very funny and
They
very
have really
entertaining.
long nails.
They do. Did you know one guy said that sloths are one of the most dangerous animals ever?
What? That's not
Yeah.
true, is it? Really?
Well, if you're stupid,
Oh, well
because
then yeah.
his point was that they're so slow that people let their guard down. So, like, when they open their mouth and then they start biting down, if you're not paying attention, they can, like, bite into you. And guess what? If they're gonna be slowly closing down on you, guess what's gonna happen when they start opening their mouth?
Yeah,
It's
that's a
gonna
good point. It's
also
not like you can
yeah.
just rip it open and do that. Have you seen the I'm gonna say this
No,
wrong.
they have very strong jaws.
Dude, they don't even look like they have teeth. I mean, obviously they have teeth, but you look at them and I mean, I don't know.
No, they honestly they do, like, their claws and everything, like, once they
Do
start
they just
going
bite though for like do they like warn like are they just biting everywhere? Because I just seen these people pick them up and from anywhere.
no, they're just I mean, you shouldn't pick them up because 'cause they're diseased or
Are
they
they
have,
really?
well, they're a wild animal, you know what they could have on them.
No. Well,
Well,
I thought you meant like koala bears have chlamydia.
no,
So
well, I mean, they might, I don't know. Koala bears, I
don't
mean,
be
they
sleeping
do.
with don't be sleeping with the koala bears because they have chlamydia.
No, I have taste.
Yeah.
And but, no, they, what it is that when sloths start going, if you're not paying attention with their little claws, the moment they get into you, guess what? It's slowly going into your jugular,
Dude,
that little claw.
how could you not be paying attention? Are you hugging this? I shouldn't answer that. Someone probably is hugging a sloth.
I mean, listen, we do you know how dumb people are?
Yes.
Like, come on.
That's
People
pretty
die.
bad though. That would be awful in heaven. How did you die? Got killed by a sloth. Was it fast? No.
No, no, no.
Not really. Did it take like how long were you hugging it? About 20 minutes? While it chomped down on my jugular?
It wouldn't let go? Well,
I
yeah, it's a
mean,
sloth.
I don't know. I mean, I'm mesmerized by all these stupid horror movies that have like these stupid animals. Like, did you see the Dark Christmas with the raccoons, the deadly raccoons? It
No,
was
but
actually a sequel.
I think you were the one who told me about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I haven't
was
seen it yet, no.
okay. I'm gonna give you my review right now. So it's these, I think there's two or three raccoons with machine guns. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, is my favorite part because they have these little tiny machine guns. Because how can you not love that?
It's a squirrel with a gun.
Yeah. Listen, he's like, give me a chance to hold a sloth. I'll throw someone to a zombie. Yeah, that's fair.
It's fair.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what I liked and what I didn't like. I thought it was the worst dialogue ever. And I write dialogue. So I could write better dialogue than so it wasn't the movie itself. It wasn't cheesy, like fun cheesy.
Sure.
It was delivered horribly. Like we could do this way better. We don't even know what the fuck we're doing. Like we could just
Hell yeah.
So it had stuffed raccoons, so they're stuffed raccoons. But what my favorite part was is that they're little tiny bullets. So when they shoot you, it's just like it takes like a hell of a lot of shots to die from this.
That's pretty funny though.
Yeah. So I did like that. I like the raccoon part of the deadly raccoons. Especially since they're getting apparently revenge from the first one. I have not seen the first one.
Apparently there's not. Didn't we just establish though that there's not a first one?
There is, but what happened was, I remember we couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So this one's called the Deadly Raccoons or something, and the first one's called Coons. So we couldn't find it. But apparently, and they make a joke about this because who wouldn't? It's a different actor. So in this one, they're like, oh, I got reconstructive surgery. That's why I look different. So it's not the same guy. But apparently, like the first one was very obviously low budget. And I can't find it to play it. But I am slightly ashamed to admit that I paid to watch the second one.
That's fair.
But the only thing is, and I am not against, genitalia humor or penis jokes, but it was all the time. It was like nonstop dick jokes through the entire movie. So much so that I'm like, did they write anything else for this movie? Like they
No.
had they had I don't even know what it was, like a spaceship or something, and it looked like a dick. Like the spaceship, whatever plane looked like a penis and two balls or whatever. It was just really weird. Somebody obviously has some fascination with dicks, and that's why this movie was pure, comedy with but other than that, I would recommend it for the stuffed raccoons.
I would recommend
a mini little I think he even made a joke, and I do like self-aware humor. I don't use it in mine, like sometimes I do, like stupid things, like she'll say, why is my life always like a cheap horror movie? She said that in like issue wait, it hasn't happened yet. Never mind.
Oh.
It's issue 10, I think she says that. Yeah, I think it's issue 10, and she's like in the morgue. And yeah, it's issue 10 because that's the scene. It's right before Chatty comes, and she's like in the morgue, and she's like she has her gun, and she's like, oh, why is my life always like a horrible, like a B movie, kind of like a horrible. So that's the most self-aware she's ever become. But this guy was like, where do you even find little bullets like that? Like, it was kind of like,
where do you
find a fair question? Like, why? But yeah. So I do want to mention, you said you watch Pitched Meeting, right?
I do.
Are you a royal pitch meeting? Like you got to watch every single one that comes out? Or are you kind of sporadic pitch meeting?
I mean, I've been.
Pitch meeting for old.
No. Oh, yes.
Here on the island, that was like the best one.
Yeah.
Like they were like, I forgot what he said, but he stabs him. They stab one guy, and because of the rust, it gets bacterial infection, and he dies. And he's like, so that didn't happen when he was sticking their hand inside the woman during surgery, so it wouldn't close up. He's like, no, why not? Because that works. Like it was just every single thing was like, and then it was like the baby dies immediately because they didn't feed it fast enough. Like,
I like when you present logic and he's always just like, hey, shut up.
Yeah, or yeah, hey, shut up. That was his new thing. He didn't seem to do that before, but now he does, and I love when he does that. And
if you want a movie that a very low budget movie by Full Moon, if you're familiar with Full Moon Studios.
I am.
Yay, good. Yay. All right, cool. They did a movie called Bad CGI Gator.
Okay, I already love the name. So I have to watch this movie. Is this somewhere I could watch? We should have like movie reviews. Like we'll tell everyone to have to go watch this Gator, and then we'll. I love bad movies.
Come back for it. Oh, I do too.
I don't like bad movies that are entertaining. I don't want to watch a bad movie because they suck at doing a movie. I want to watch a bad movie because I'm entertained by this stupid looking crocodile.
That's
alligator.
Exactly what this is. Because there's a scene in it where they're like, where they're just like, oh, this crocodile can't get in here. And then immediately they're like, well, I mean, yeah, where else could it go? And it just shows up on top of the roof. And then in order to get off of the roof, it just walks off into the air. And
Bad CGI Gator official trailer.
Yeah, it's absolutely hysterical. And everybody
2 stars. You got to know what you're getting.
Well,
it tells you in the title.
I reviewed it like for Geek Network. I got a screening for it, and that was my review too. Was like 2.5 stars because everything else in it sucks. But the moment that Gator is on, it's amazing.
I can't wait to watch this shit.
I do like the fact though that they tried to make everybody they're millennials.
Of course.
Or they're Gen Z or whatever.
Gen Z's did something?
But they're all millennials. Like there are all, so they're like trying to talk like that. They're like, I'm vegan. I brought a bunch of vegan stuff.
Oh, so they're stereotypical.
Yeah.
I can relate to that stuff. Yeah. There's two kind of millennials though. There's the millennials that work hard, and there's the millennials that don't want to work. So there's two kind of millennials. They really should have separated those. Like my husband's like an early millennial, like 1986. I should have known that faster. But 1986, and he works nonstop. But like anyone born like 10 years after. I think anyone born 2000 after. It's just like a whole different breed of people. But yeah,
my back hurts when you say
that. Wait, I was born in 78. I don't want to hear it. You're like what? What are you? You're in the 80s, right? Or
What?
90s? No, you're
No.
born in the 90s.
Yeah, I
What,
was
1990?
1990s.
Yeah.
I was 1990. I'm 33.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
45. So
Oh,
I don't
good
know.
lord.
Yeah, my back always hurts.
Oh, well, listen, when I woke up, like, the moment I turned 30, like, things started hurting. Like, it was bad.
That's how you woke up one morning, like, "It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, my back. Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment I like, every time I move, I crunch.
Oh my
Like,
god.
something just cracks, and I'm like, "Oh."
That's heartbreaking.
It
Um,
is.
so all right, so what's the first horror movie you remember watching, and do you remember how old you were? Didn't have to be in the theater. Like, mine was I don't know if it was Cujo or Nightmare on Elm Street 3 first. I'm pretty sure it's Nightmare on Elm Street 3 first with the heroin scene, marionette thing. That's all I remember. My back
Which
hurts
movie?
too. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. I
Mm.
was hiding on the stairs and I saw the marionette scene when his veins are the puppet. Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
They're at the hospital. It's a bunch of drug induced kids or something. Not
I
all
didn't
of them.
see Dream Warriors.
What? Get off my show! Like,
I'm
what the hell?
sorry. Listen.
How could you
Shush.
not watch that? It's the best one. That's prime time, bitch. That's where that line, improv line, comes from. You need to go watch this movie.
I
I'm
will go
ashamed
watch
for
it.
you. I'm ashamed for you.
Oh,
Anyway, do
I'm
you have?
sorry.
I still love you. It's all right.
Yeah, I know.
Can you think of the first horror movie you remember watching?
Species.
My God, you really are young.
1995.
Wow,
That
you
is
were 5. See, you were around my age. I was like 6.
I think I was
Wasn't she naked in that?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Good
movie
first movie.
I did just recently for my 31 Days of Halloween last year, I did rewatch it, and I don't know why I thought that movie was great. Like,
I don't remember it except for she was naked. So
that's
I apparently wasn't paying attention.
that's it that's the entire
Oh, that's all she
movie.
is.
Like,
Did you ever see-
that's the selling point. She's naked.
She's naked. Yeah. Did you ever
Yay.
see Relic?
Mm-mm.
I read the book first and then I watched it and I can't remember. I think I was disappointed. The only book you want to know what the only book that didn't disappoint me, the movie wise, was Watership Down. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so the book, which I read like 5 times when I was younger, the book was identical. I guess I should say the movie was identical to the book, except do you remember the part where I'm pretty sure it was Blackberry. There's a lot of rabbits. I can't remember. But Blackberry, I think, and he was caught on the wire and it was from the farm and the rabbits were trying to make them come eat to live in the burrows because they kept getting killed by the farmer or whatever.
It's been a long time, but
Yeah. So well, this all right. So the thing is that they're some of them want to stay, they want to stay and Fiverr? No, that's the mouse. Fuck is the I should know this. I've only read the book like 5 times. Well, the rabbit that tells him to leave the burrow or whatever, the little skinny thing, he keeps saying, we have to leave. And they're saying, we have fresh food here and more than you could ever eat. And what's going on is they want to take these rabbits and get them caught in the traps so that they could steal the food. So that was the thing. So in the book, it just expanded on that. They actually lived there for a little while. That was the only difference. Literally everything else was identical. So they really gave that movie like a good movie.
wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
like
Didn't know
the
that.
best movie adaptation I've ever seen in my life is Watership Down.
The one well, I guess I can't tell you what next to Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Actually, I think Lord of the Rings is better than the books, but
well,
it's a little hard to read, but I'm dyslexic and I think he writes a little weird.
Well, yeah, he
I did read
writes
The Hobbit, so
I did too. That was actually the first one that I read.
I think that was the first one. I don't think I read. I don't take away my nerd card, but I don't think I read all the Lord of the Rings.
That's okay.
I had a hard time reading his stuff.
I'm very convinced that there are authors that people say that they're like, oh yeah, I really read them, but they've never actually read them. Like H.P. Lovecraft, everybody's like, I love H.P. Lovecraft and Lewis Carroll, but I've never met anybody who's actually read them.
Lewis Carroll's hard to read.
Yes.
Entire time. That was not easy. I don't even know if I read the whole damn thing. I will tell you though, movie wise, I have never seen The Godfather. So have you seen The Godfather? Yeah. The Wheel of Time. Okay, so The Wheel of Time, I haven't read it.
I haven't either.
It's entirely tiny writing. It's huge books. I dated someone that was so obsessed with that movie that I had not spoken to this guy. Like, he cheated on me, and we had not spoken in like decades. And I still wanted to tell him that there was a show called Wheel of Time. Like, that was how obsessed he was with it. You read it? You liked it? Yeah. I like. Did you ever read the Shahana? I don't know if I'm going to say it right. The Shahana, the Tales of man, I am awful. I only have all his books, but he wrote Magic Castle for Sale Sold, and Elf Stones and all that stuff.
Is it Brandon Sanderson?
What is it?
Oh, Brandon Sanderson. He does The Way of Kings. He was the one who completed the Wheel of Time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's Magic Kingdom Sold. Let me see. I have all his books, but I haven't read them all. That's how bad I am. Magic Kingdom Sold.
I will embarrass myself for a second and say that the one book that I actually enjoyed that was good with the movie was as good as the movie was Warm Bodies.
I remember the movie. I didn't even know there was a book.
I didn't so I saw the movie and I was like, oh, okay. So I was looking up who was in it. And then they were like, oh, it's based on a book. And then I read the book and yeah, they're both actually pretty good. Except the Warm Bodies in the book.
Sorry.
What is it?
His name is Terry Brooks, and I should have known this.
Oh, Terry Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has different
I've never read a Terry Brooks book.
Yeah,
I know who it is. Yeah.
I never saw Hereditary, but I saw that scene. Did you see the movie Hereditary?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only seen that scene. That's it. With the head. Yeah, that was it. I did not find that. I mean, is it really scary? Is it really just that scene? Because Hereditary, was it really a good movie? Did you really like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
All right. It didn't look all that entertaining to me at all. So.
Oh, I liked it. I mean, it's A24, so I mean, you take it or leave it.
It's what?
A24.
What does that mean?
It's the film studio.
Oh,
they did like Get Out, Nope, and
aren't those supposed to be like really great movies?
Yeah, but I mean, you take them and leave it. That's what Everything Everywhere All at Once. They're also an A24 film.
Ah, so it's low budget, is what you're saying?
No, they're not low budget. They're just like weird.
Oh, fair enough.
So
Terry Brooks, I liked, and also The Sword of Truth is another. Did you ever read that? The Sword of Truth. It is a 10 series.
Us was a good film.
I don't even know what that is. I don't know any of these.
Oh, you gotta see Us and Get Out. Nope is fine, but you know.
Which one's the new? Get Out is the one. Okay, I know the entire.
Get Out is where white people want to become black people.
Okay, I remember that. Well, I was watching. It's Peele, right? Is that who does it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were doing this fan theories, and nope.
Yeah, it was fine. Like, it was there. I like that the ending the thing turned into a Pokemon at the end.
Okay, now I have to watch it.
Yeah.
But for Get Out, there was this part where they were doing like fan theories, and Peele was saying which ones were true and which ones were false. And there was this one scene where I guess the door to the basement was open, so he shuts it and he goes, "Oh, there's black mold down there." And a fan theory said that he meant black molds, like a clay mold, and Peele's like, yes, like he could say it's like a good idea, but no, that wasn't it. So he's like, yes, it was.
Fun fact about Get Out: I watched that in a interracial communication class. Yes, and it was the worst experience ever, let me tell you. But if you ever have a chance, do not take an interracial communication class, because the entire class is, so why is this racist?
Oh,
and I'm
so they make things racist.
They do, but anyway, that's an entirely different topic. But in Get Out, we watched it, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because I've seen that interview, the fan theories interview, and he talks about the Fruit Loops one, where the girl is like separating the Fruit Loops and the milk because it's colored in white. It's colored in white. Like, milk is white.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and then they were like, they're just like, yeah, it's the separation and everything. And she's like, no, we just thought it was weird. like that's a
Apparently
good.
he knows. Oh shit. He knows somebody that does that or something, right? Wasn't it that they knew somebody that? Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
and
weird.
yeah, when I think it was like Fruit Loops they had on hand, so it was like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
There's nothing wrong with Fruit Loops.
no, I mean, except they're no, yes, there's nothing wrong with Fruit Loops.
I'm sure someone will find something.
I'm sure somebody will like edit that out and be like,
Yeah.
this is what he said. And I'm like, did you hear the context?
Yeah.
But no, A24 is a very, very good film studio. They also recently, and I haven't seen it yet, is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
That was a lot of work. What?
Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's about Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Fair enough.
It's about a shell that has shoes and it goes around the world and it travels.
Wow.
An interesting fact, the brothers, the Chiodos bros, worked on the CGI for that and the practical effects. They're the same people that did Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh.
Yeah, fun fact.
Yeah,
When
I'm
I
learning
saw,
new shit here.
yeah, I'm like, because I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Who doesn't? I remember when Mars Attacks. I was so mad.
I watched that last year too during
I
my
did
31
too.
days of Halloween.
But I remember that I saw things on the trailer that was not in the movie, and I was mad. Like that was a big thing. And sorry, Pops, I thought you forgot about us. So
Yeah,
yeah. So I don't know how to go on the network, but I'm only here for like what, 4 more minutes, 3 more minutes. Yeah, and then I have to like.
And then I'm just gonna sit here and juggle for another hour.
Yeah.
I can't juggle, so you're gonna watch me learn.
There's something to look forward to. Yeah, if anyone wants to, I can't even tell you. I don't even know where it is. I'm on another show.
So what I've been doing is my significant other and she's not well versed in horror. So I've been
That's a shame.
like
You're gonna have to fix that.
spoon feeding her horror stuff. So we watched Mars Attacks and Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Wow.
We haven't. Hellraiser is one of my favorite movies, and we haven't watched that one yet.
About that, they just said, "Oh no, I'm doing the wrong thing." Somebody said, "Can someone explain Hellraiser to me?" I was like, "No." All I know is
no.
I can't. All I know is his name is not Pinhead, and we all call him Pinhead, and they're actually not happy about it. They're like,
yeah, I think if I remember,
name, right? He's just a Cenobite.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have a name. I think it was for like marketing material that they donned the name Pinhead just to make him more recognizable for like horror icons.
Yeah.
And originally he didn't actually have a name. And in fact, I don't even think he was supposed to be like, I think they were all supposed to be symbols. It was just like Pinhead was the one who did it. I actually have a little Pinhead baby doll too.
I like Pinhead.
I do too.
Because I think he's fair. And I like fair villains. So yeah. I
like the villains who aren't technically evil.
Yeah,
and
I do
he's
too.
like he's not evil.
You know what sucks though? Like, so I love Freddy Krueger, but it's pretty messed up because we like him because he's funny, but he did molest kids and then was killed for it, and then he got revenge on the revenge that got revenge on him by killing their kids.
Right.
So he's a pretty messed up, monster to enjoy. But he's one of my favorite. Like, I love him in Jason versus Freddy versus
Jason. That's a great movie.
I waited 20 years for that effing movie, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Have you seen the comic Freddy versus Jason versus Ash?
I have the whole comic set. I love that.
Do you?
Yeah, I absolutely love that.
I haven't read it.
I want it to be a movie.
God, I would love that too.
Yeah, I would too. But
when Freddy went to Mortal Kombat, when Freddy and they did all like the horror icons in Mortal Kombat, it was great.
Well, to me, it's like crossovers. So I love crossovers. So
I like villains when people exploit the villain and they're like, oh, they're really evil, but they're just doing their job.
They're just doing their job.
Like Chucky. He's just kind of doing his job, but he's supposed
Chucky,
to.
what are you talking about? Chucky
He's
is a
just supposed.
serial killer.
No, he's not. No, I know Chucky's a terrible example. No, like aliens, like the aliens.
Okay,
They're
aliens
just
are
doing their job.
Yes,
Like they're
aliens are
hanging
fair,
out.
and
They're coming around. Technically,
yeah.
Mike Myers is also just doing his job too.
Well, Mike Myers, he's got mental issues.
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
that's his job is to have mental issues and
Okay,
have things.
that's
Or like
fair.
Jaws.
See, Jaws is I was mad when they killed Jaws' baby, so that wasn't fair. Okay, I have to get going because I have to be. I was supposed to be there 5 minutes. So if anyone that wants to come back next Monday, 8:30, because I have another one at 7:15. So
Wait, are we doing 8:30?
So next week is 8:30.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a meeting at 7:15, so it'll probably end at like 8:15, and then. So
you gotta get you gotta get better at these schedulings.
I told you I had not planned to do these things, so
That's
I had
fair.
these ahead of time. So bye, Katie. Come back next Monday. All right, and I'll talk to you probably later.
Yep. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.